But we're glad to be here. We think it's wonderful to come here this time of year. Let me just tell you a couple things about what's going on at Florida Tech, because we have both alumni and prospective students here. And we found that the alumni are actually our best representatives for prospective students. So we want to match up as best you can. And for you students, it's very important that you get to meet an alumnus here this evening, because Keith is going to give you a form, and it's an alumnus reference form. And if you get an alumnus to refer you, in addition to your other scholarships, you will get a $4,000 scholarship. So meet an alumnus tonight. It's very important, and they're delighted to do that for you. Well, this year, Florida Tech got the Tier 1 top national university rank. So it's as far as you go. So you can't get any better. And as a result, really, we're getting interest from all over the world for research and students and facilities. It's a very exciting time at Florida Tech. We are now about 36% women, which is a far cry from and it's kind of interesting. Obviously, there's the men, it's kind of interesting because I was like to tell a story. When I was a young freshman in engineering, there were 600 guys and Nancy Carr. So, chemical engineering is predominantly women. Oceanography, especially marine biology, are predominantly women. And the one that amazes me, physics, undergraduate physics, is mostly women. Undergraduate physics. So some wonderful things are happening with women in higher education, especially the engineering and science that we specialize in. Of course, there's aviation, psychology, and business as well. Our fastest growing research areas are in oceanography, the life sciences, but we still do a lot of research in engineering, and I'm going to have Dr. McKay talk to you a little bit about our research in a minute.
Well, tell me what area you're in, and I will try and relate to you something that we're doing in research that you might participate in. So, who's first?
Aviation.
Aviation. You know, aviation has always been a very practical thing at Florida Tech, and so research is now beginning to be a major part of it. We hired a new faculty member about 2 years ago. His name is Guy Boy, Dr. Guy Boy, and he turns out he did all of the cockpit design for optimization of human-computer interaction for the Airbuses. So he's a Frenchman, but other than that, he's a great guy. And no offense to anyone that's French, but yes, ma'am.
Forensic psychology?
Forensic psychology, a fairly new program that we've had, what, Tony, 6 years maybe? 6 years? And, you know, psychology is, first of all, our big centerpiece in psychology is in autism treatment. And, you know, there are a lot of places in the world that are doing, trying to understand what causes autism. And we've been working with the Middle East lately, and there's some denial that it's a genetic issue, but I think the people in the Middle East pretty well prove it is a genetic issue of one kind or another. They're 2 or 3 times the normal rate. But the treatment of autism, you know, and I know you asked about forensic, but I'm really proud of a few things where, you know, what they do is they treat children in the ages of 8 and younger. And the research they do is they determine what are the greatest potential for success with various protocols. You know, see this one little boy, and that's why I'm glad you said psychology. A little boy who basically at the age of 3 had never spoken. Okay, and he was destructive. He came to the center. He began being treated. It's an extensive treatment. He was treated like 16 to 20 hours a week, so it's not an easy thing. And now he sits, chats with his classmates. He's probably going to go to first grade in a regular public school, etc. So he went from never saying a word to his family. So, you know, when you have a mother sit and cry and tell you how wonderful you are, and I have no idea what they did, but I was happy to hear it. But it made me cry too. I mean, such an incredible success.
Construction program for you alums. You've got to come back and see what we've done. You can see some of it here on the show here. What's been an amazing construction program. So there's a new aeronautics center at Melbourne International Airport. Matter of fact, we have more flights at International Airport than any other airline. It's called the Bueller Center. It was a major gift of the Bueller Trust. We finished that new Harris Center for Science and Engineering that you saw, and we are probably the world leaders in cybersecurity, information security. We finished the Scott Center for Autism Treatment that Dr. McCain mentioned. We finished the Ruth Funk Gallery, our first art gallery at Florida Tech, specializing in textiles and fashion design. We also finished our new physical sciences building, which has the largest telescope in Florida, actually largest in the South. Residence halls. And now for some of your alums, you're going to, one is called Harris Village and one is called Columbia Village in honor of the astronauts in the Columbia disaster. And some of your alums have to come back and see what residence halls are like nowadays. Everybody gets their own bedroom. I had my own bedroom when I was in college. There were 3 other guys in it, but it was my bedroom. So everybody gets their own. Florida Tech is an athletics power. And just because we're techies and aviators, yeah, we play sports too. So, yeah, we actually have 21 intercollegiate sports. And we added 7 women's sports in recent years as a way of increasing the number of women on campus, and it works. Still, soccer is our big sport. Rowing is one of our biggest sports. And one of the big regattas is called the Head of the Child up in Massachusetts, Cambridge. And that's invitation only. 50 schools are invited. They didn't really want to invite us, but we kind of elbowed our way in this year. And we probably won't be invited back because we won. So our 21 sports are really exciting. We're adding swimming and diving to go along with the new pool, of course. And we're adding lacrosse, which is an incredibly fast-growing sport. So we've added lacrosse. And you may have heard the rumor, yes, we're adding football. We have started a football program. And so we're in the first year of the development of that program. We are going to play, yeah, you have to give back your shirts. We have t-shirts, say Florida Tech football, still undefeated. You may have to give back your shirts. We're going to play our first game in 2 years, and we have challenged MIT to send their football team. We're looking forward to the first game.